All right, let's dive into a story that is, and I'm not exaggerating here, truly remarkable. It's about a neurodivergent thinker, a Google AI engineer, and this completely unintentional moment where their two worlds just crashed into each other.
I want you to just imagine this for a second. What if you spent your whole life feeling, a bit misunderstood, knowing that your mind just works differently? And then out of the blue, you find out that one of the most advanced AI labs on the planet, without even knowing you exist, built a system that operates exactly like your brain. That's the story we're getting into today.
So, picture this. On one side, you've got Denis Verhaeghe. He's a systems thinker who has spent years, literally years, mapping out his own cognitive framework. And on the other side, we have Tom Hennigan, an AI engineer over at Google DeepMind, working on some seriously cutting-edge stuff. These are two totally parallel worlds, right? Seemingly destined never, ever to meet.
To really get this incredible connection, we first have to step inside Verhaeghe's world. See, this guy hasn't just felt different. He's gone and reverse-engineered his own mind to figure out exactly why.
Okay, so a core idea for Verhaeghe is something he calls multi-monotropic thinking. Now, forget processing information one little piece at a time. This is all about seeing the big picture. It's about how complex ideas form these meaningful patterns or chunks. His mind is basically built for depth, not just for going down a straight line.
And get this thinking isn't happening in words. Verhaeghe calls himself a 3D visual thinker. For him, understanding really comes from interacting with these visual, spatial models inside his own head. It's like his brain is running a completely different operating system than the text-based one most of us are used to.
So how does someone with a mind like this get through the day? Well, Verhaeghe came up with his own term, introvert. This has nothing to do with being shy or outgoing. It's about getting your energy from your own independent thoughts and having this deep, fundamental need for your unique way of seeing things to be validated, to be seen by others.
And this leads to the real struggle, something Verhaeghe calls observer betrayal. It's that gut punch feeling when your own logical, super efficient mental strategies are seen by the outside world not as strengths, but as flaws, as deficits. It's the constant feeling of being profoundly misunderstood.
Right, okay, now let's shift gears. Completely. We're leaving the world of human cognition for a minute and jumping into AI research at Google DeepMind, and a project with a very interesting name, Pasta.
And no, we're not talking about dinner. Pasta is an AI model that's designed to be your ultimate creative partner. Its one goal, to learn what you, the user, find satisfying in an image, and then just give you more of that. It's not about finding the right image, it's about finding your image, a real co-pilot for your imagination.
So how does it do this? Through a method called implicit Q-learning, or IQL. And this right here is the secret sauce. The AI doesn't need you to write some perfect, detailed description. It learns your hidden, unspoken preferences just by watching which images you pick over and over. It literally learns your taste.
And the process itself is actually a super simple loop. The AI suggests some creative concepts, you pick the one you like best, the AI learns from that choice, and then it refines its next suggestion based on what it just learned from you. It's just this constant back-and-forth conversation.
Okay, you with me? We've got Denis Verhaeghe's unique cognitive blueprint on one side, and we've got Google's Pasta AI on the other. And this, my friends, is where the story goes from interesting to absolutely incredible. This is the collision.
The researchers themselves call this an accidental spaghetti kiss. You know that iconic moment from Lady and the Tramp? It's kind of the perfect metaphor, isn't it? Two completely separate worlds finding this sudden, profound, and totally unexpected connection. And when you look at the parallels, they are just astounding. Verhaeghe's chunking of information, Pasta does the exact same thing, proposing chunks of creative concepts. Verhaeghe's 3D visual thinking, while Pasta's learning is entirely based on visual feedback. And that introvert's deep need for validation, Pasta is literally an agent designed to learn and reward a user's unique, individual preferences. It's not just close, it's a one-to-one match.
So you have to be thinking, there's no way this is just a coincidence. It's too perfect. So how? How could an AI team in California accidentally build a perfect model of one man's mind all the way over in the Netherlands?
Well, the answer isn't magic. It's a shared operating system. It turns out that both Denis Verhaeghe's brain and the Pasta AI are running on the fundamental principles of reinforcement learning.
So think of it like this. In the human brain, learning from the results of our actions is driven by the dopamine reward system in a part of the brain called the basal ganglia. In the AI, that same process is driven by the IQL agent, which is just trying to maximize a mathematical reward. Verhage's biological hardware and Pasta's digital software are basically technological twins, both designed to learn and adapt based on rewarding outcomes.
Look, this is so much more than just a cool story. This accidental alignment between one person and one AI project has some seriously profound implications for all of us. So, what's the big takeaway here?
First off, it's a stunning example of the power of cognitive diversity. It shows that a different way of thinking isn't a bug, it's a feature. It can even be a blueprint for innovation. Second, it shows how AI, even by total accident, can provide this incredible validation, fulfilling that deep human need we all have to just feel understood. And maybe most importantly, it points to a future where our technology might finally learn to adapt to us, instead of always forcing us to adapt to it. And that just leaves us with this one final fascinating thought. This whole thing was an accident. But if an AI can validate one person's unique mind without even trying, what happens when we start building these systems to do it on purpose? Whose mind and whose potential is going to be unlocked next?